Colin, yet another example of if you don't like the weather, just wait a day, right?
Yeah, well, depends on what you're looking for in terms of the weather.
Maybe cold, blustery weather. If you're a fan of that, you like today.
Right. I mean, some people love their sweaters, love their jackets.
That's right. Layering.
Yeah,
or don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. Bundle up nice and cozy. Today, at least the sun came out.
Yeah.
You know, looking live on the carsoup.com Skycam. In fact, this is some of the best conditions we've had just recently. Driving over here, visibilities were near zero for a little while, and these wind gusts are very brutal, definitely dropping these temperatures. So I went ahead and drew my own map of what I'm expecting across the board. And for the most part, you'll see across central Minnesota anywhere from 0 to 2 where you see the light or the white color. Light shaded blue, we are expecting anywhere from 2 to 4, specifically about 3-4 inches in Mankato. Ramping up though, once you get around I-90 corridor, you could see about 6 inches. And then across central Iowa and north central Iowa, we are watching for some heavier snow totals. And that's going to be the case over these next couple of days. Wednesday, breezy. Thursday, breezy. More showers with all that. The good news is, look at the weekend. It is looking fantastic. Friday, a great way to end the work week, except for the fact that it's going to be 41 degrees for that day. But Saturday makes up for it by hitting 56 degrees and nice and sunny. So
there we go. And it falls on the weekend. So.
Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel. You worked hard all week. There's a little bit of celebration.
Victory. Thank you, Colin.
Well, leading up this morning, we actually had some very cool temperatures, specifically on the western side where we are sub-zero, -2 in Worthington and Windham. Now, we've cooled up a little bit, and the reason I'm starting off with that is that does factor into the overall track of this system that we are watching that's going to bring in some new snow. Now, live on the carsoup.com Skycam, we are dry out for now and still actually expect a couple of hours before we start to see some of these flakes move in. 19 degrees at this point, though it does feel like 6 degrees, but looking on the radar, we can start to see some of these bands already beginning to move on in. Freeborn County, Albert Lee, already picking up just some heavy flakes working on through. And this congestion continues back down into Iowa. And this is going to be that reinforcing snow that moves up into our region. All right, putting this onto a satellite loop, what we're seeing is some of the initial bands of this are beginning to move in. And for the most part, these initial bands are just going to be lighter snow. The real formation of the snow is currently right across northern Iowa, banding into Albert Lee at this point. And this will continue to progress north. So we'll start to see a couple extra flakes in the Mankato region ahead of the 3 p.m. hour. But the heavy snow that's going to fall is still looking to set up around that 3 p.m. hour. And this is a big low pressure system. That center of circulation still back well down to the south in Arkansas. But what I'm watching right here is this mixed precipitation where they have some freezing rain. And with this extra heat, what I really expect is that's actually going to reinforce this low pressure system to move somewhat westward. And that's why we're still going to see some of the heavier snow totals. And they're going to see lessened snow totals across Iowa, where some of that snow is actually going to be falling in the form of rain. And that really helps to chip away at those impressive snow totals. All in all, though, we still have that winter storm warning active where places could see 7 to 11 inches. I mean, this lasts through Tuesday afternoon. Now, one of the models we use is the Adonis model. This is still showing a heavy amount across our region. I agree with most of this, with the exception of this zone right here. I think that they're going to see a little bit less than that. So with looking through all the numbers, what I am putting for the overall timings with this is we're going to start to see this move in out of the south at the noon 1 p.m. hour, starting to reach that I-90 corridor. Around 3, reaching the Mankato region, and then the central Minnesota right around 6 p.m. You'll notice that mixed precipitation, once again factoring in to southeastern Minnesota and eastern Iowa as well. Continuing with the heavy snow until midnight, starts to become moderate to light into Tuesday morning, and then by Wednesday starts to leave. So here's the forecast that I am expecting in terms of snow totals. By 6 p.m. tonight, for the most part, Mankato region is expected to see about 1.5 inches, and it starts to ramp up the further south you go, with some places in northern Iowa already potentially seeing about 5 inches. So when you're commuting, this is what I'm saying. It's not looking good for these shaded red zones. The orange is looking like it's going to be really sloppy driving. The green will just start to see some of that initial snow. Now by midnight, more snow is going to begin to move back into our region, and some places could already start to be seeing that 7-inch total. Now by tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., p.m., more snow continues to filter in, but you'll notice it didn't change too much. We're only adding a couple extra inches on, and by the end of Tuesday, this is really what I'm expecting. Just a couple extra inches added on after that initial heavy snow by the midnight hour. All right, 25 degrees is going to be the high temperature today. Snow moves in during the afternoon. 21 degrees is all the lower we get tonight. A couple extra inches added on, that's going to be that. Flakes by the time we hit Wednesday, and then by the New Year's Eve, we turn back to the drier side with moderate temperatures.